Hi guys and welcome along. Today I'm just starting with an overhead. I'm afraid you're not going to see my lovely face today, and that's just because I woke up this morning having had a bit of a flare up. Many of us live with sort of various skin conditions and things, and I've got a bit of a sort of facial eczema thing at the moment, which is just making me feel a little bit low. So I am just gonna do painting overhead today, but it's all good because we're painting penguins, and we are painting them in the same style as we painted the robins the other day because you guys love those so much. So today we're going to start off in the similar fashion where I've just taken some of the very, very dilute dregs of my palette, and I have created a little sort of like a sort of squat egg shape, because we're going to start with painting a little baby penguin. So we're going to do it all in one brush, which is size 4 rounded point, and I've just let that sit for a minute. I've not wanted to flood the page too much, but I do want it to be damp because the next stage is we're going to add some little wings. So I've just got a little bit of black on my brush, but not too much, and I'm just going to add 2 extra little C curves on the side, just in a grey because it's black but it's so dilute, and because we've got the wet body shape in the middle, that is just allowing the little bit of wetness to blend in. So let's get some feet in as well. So I need to wake up the black a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more on the brush. And I'm just going to use wee and then we'll give them a few extra little flippery claw things. I love how with all baby animals their bodies take a little bit of time to sort of catch up with their claws and ears normally. Okay, so now we're just going to bring the body up into an X shape with a little bit more very dilute grey, and then I'm going to just paint a little outline of a dome on top, and then 2 little curves that are going to create the eye holes. And we'll just fill that in with some Mars black. And then the little beak, like that, very cute. And 2 tiny little eyes. And to finish off, just a tiny black collar, like that. And there we have our first penguin in our little family. Now, I found when I was painting various practice penguins, some breeds or some types worked really, really well, and some didn't do so well. So I found my 3 favourites. So the first was the baby, the next is the macaroni penguin, which was always my favourite when I was visiting the zoo at school. So it's a slightly larger than a baby penguin, but a small penguin. So I've got my dilute colour again, and I'm creating a shape that's, I'm not quite sure how you'd describe this shape. It's got a sort of flattish bottom, and then it curls up the sides, and this is our body shape. Again, it's wet, but not soaking wet in the slightest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Mars black, and I'm just going to run that colour down the back, down the side. I'm going to get a little bit more, allow it to blend a little bit more, and we'll give him a little flick of a tail. Now that's going to blend in and across. It doesn't feel like it's going to at this point, but trust me, it will. Now I'm also going to just start drawing up a line to where the head and the neck meet a beak. Now we have got this sort of yellow macaroni shape that we need to allow space for, so I'm just going to create the little curve of the head and just blend that in a little to the body. And then we need a little eye hole left, so we leave a little bit of unpainted space for the eye. And the other thing, whilst it's just dried up a little bit, so we can add a little wing. Now I'm going to clean my brush off and I'm going to pick up a bit of Cadmium Yellow and I'm just going to paint in some little of those yellow streaks. And then the macaroni penguin has an orangey beak, so I'm going to pop that in as well. Now we're going to leave that to dry and then we're going to fill in the rest of the black once it's dry, but we do need some little feet. So that's looking pretty cool. We'll just join that one up there. Lovely. Okay, we'll let him dry and we'll move on to our friend the emperor penguin, which is the biggest one yet and probably the initial inspiration for having a go at these guys. So he's bigger again and he's a sort of similar shape to the macaroni penguin. We've got a curved body. So using that colour that you've got, probably sort of lurking in the dregs of your palette, to be honest. Everyone's got these kind of shadowy corners of their palette. And just at the bottom here, I'm just doing sort of 2 lumps down at the bottom for legs. And that's rather nice. Now what I'm going to do at this stage, whilst it's still wet, is drop in some cadmium yellow just at the top there and blend it up, because we need that yellow in before we add our black. Now I can go back to my little macaroni friend and just fill in the rest of the black. This is a really good exercise for getting used to the sort of differing stages of watercolour drying, because you'll find that sometimes you think you've got a dry enough piece and you layer up some colour and it still just travels all over the place. Or when you think you've got a nice wet piece and you want a nice blend and you put paint on and it just doesn't go anywhere. This is a really fantastic exercise to practice that. So we're going to get the black coat of our penguin, starting it off. So I'm going to bring in a few extra strokes and I'm going to add a wing. Lovely. Oh, he's cute. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line up the back and then all the way along there for his beak. And then there we go. I'll just make that tummy a little bit there. These are also a really nice sort of step up from doing the robins because they're a little more complicated, but they're a wonderful challenge if you fancy it. Now I'm not going to do an eye on this one because the emperor penguin, the eye is black and you can barely see it. And then we'll give him some little feet. And there we've got 3 fun little penguins that would be really lovely little adornments for your Christmas cards. And of course you can always go back if you want, once things have dried, with a little bit more concentrated black and just add in a little bit more detail if you like. But I think the beauty of these penguins is that they're so simple. So there you go. Those are your very own loose watercolour penguins. I want to say thank you so much guys for watching and for also allowing me to just have a top down today. And I want to say a big thank you to my patrons for your support, because your support enables me to keep creating videos like this, and I just love doing them every week for you. So if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button and of course comment below to let me know how you get on if you have a go at these, and of course hit subscribe so you never miss another video. Alright, I'll see you again soon.